you are going to love every minute that you are here. And I know your boys are going to love every minute you are here. The breakfast that is on here is actually a scaled down version of the breakfast we offer at the college. And we have one cook that does that. So we serve 250 to 300 people every day. So, you know, it's just, I don't know. I've 21 years experience in the food service industry. My wife has 21 years in the food service industry. Heck, my son's worked for me for 3 years, and he's only 12. So, I mean, yeah. But he is a great pot washer, let me tell you.
You got to start somewhere.
That's right. If you need anything, if you're not seeing the things you want, please let me know, because that's the only way I'm going to get better. Yeah.
And just, I know I've seen him a guy before about peanut allergies and that type of stuff.
Yeah, when it says peanut butter jelly sandwiches, that's because my computer program didn't have sun butter jelly sandwiches in it.
Yeah, there'll be no peanut butter here. It's all,
Okay.
It's all sun butter.
just to be safe for that one that would, you know, it's better to have the stuff that we can stomach, whereas he can't.
Because I do. I have one going in the unit that literally just a little bit of residue.
Yeah, there won't be any peanut butter here at all.
We maintain a peanut-free kitchen working facility, and our staff is peanut-free.
Correct.
We have zero control over others. And I will also throw out there that our trading post will have candies that have nuts in them. So that's
And we're used to that. It'll just be the meal part.
Yeah.
There's one other thing that said that there would be like point out tables located at what's peanut free. Is that what you're going to do then?
Well, no, I mean, right now, and that was probably in the leader guide before I knew exactly how we were going to land on this peanut thing. Because of the sun butter product, we are able to offer a side station that gives somebody an out from the normal food service. I won't have any peanuts though, so all tables will be peanut free.
Awesome food. Thank you.
The silliest thing that I came to, and almost the first thing we talked about when we sat down, was this. Were those two products being available? You got a tea and a lemonade at lunch and dinner. Water is vitally important. We've got to push water hardcore out here, especially in the summer months. The problem is that in spite of what Doc will again tell everybody 3 or 4 times, that we have a very strict water policy here in the way that we treat our water to reach state standards, and it's tested on a weekly basis. We do a test daily here, but we then send it in, drop it off on a weekly basis, all the test results. Still, people are terrified because it comes out of a well. And sometimes it tastes a little bit like iron, or a little bit like whatever. It is extremely good water. It's well water. But we throw a little bit of this in it, and it's like, this is awesome. So there's a personal ask of mine, because I really like Arnie Palmer's, and so that's an Arnie Palmer waiting to happen. But it's a safety piece because it's all about hydration. So it was funny, the 2 big things that I remember from our meeting were these and the mention of German potato salad, and all of a sudden that's on the menu. I like working with you.
The one other piece I should mention is, although you guys got some of our really high-end plastic stuff today for that, we're not going to use that stuff for camp. We're looking at compostable products, and Doc's got a pit ready for us so that we can compost the trash. So the silverware pieces will be made out of cornstarch, it's looking like, and the paper plates and napkins and stuff will be compostable. With that said, it'll be vital that the boys are going to have to learn how to sort their trash, because it's not all trash anymore. So they're going to have to sort it out between what's compostable, what's recyclable, and what's actually garbage. Because if we're going to do it, we're going to do it right. If we take that compostable stuff and put it in the trash, it doesn't matter, it's still going to the dump. So, that'll be one of the things that one of us talks to them about early on.
And with BJ's help, we've identified the things that we can do just very simply that will provide a big impact and hopefully a learning opportunity for the scouts to say, look, really simple 3-bin process, and you can get all of your stuff taken care of there, and then only this bin is going to the dumpster. The other 2 are being used naturally here or being recycled. So we're going to work really hard at that. You see like the cans only and bottles only pick up here. All of those things will be seen around camp this summer as well. So.
But what Mike spoke about earlier is these guys are young. And we have found, and I think you guys all notice, that sometimes your youth respond better to a little bit older youth. And so one of the things that we're doing to really help engage our staff to make sure that they are serving your youth 100% is at mealtime, our staff will have each made a totem. So they're going to have an opportunity to bring some kind of totem that is specifically theirs.
That one's mine. Right there.
That's
This is your
mine.
totem? Okay. So this is Mike's totem. What your staff will have the opportunity to do, or your pack, I'm sorry, your packs will have the opportunity to do, is go up, and there will be a table with everybody's totem, is pick up that particular person's totem that you want to eat with you at your table. And that will become a competition for them as to who can get the most likes, whatever, because we all know everybody likes a little bit of competition, especially our staff. And
This document here is basically my best guess as to what kinds of things you might want to sign your scouts up for, depending on what their focus is. So if we use the tiger one as an example, because the tiger one thankfully doesn't have as many moving parts as any other one. Tigers you can do, you'll see on all of them, you've got an advancement-focused schedule, a fun-focused schedule, and what I would call a balanced schedule. Now, with the Tigers, there isn't a whole lot of difference because the advancement-focused one is pretty fun, and so the balanced one just ends up kind of looking like the other one with a few more options. If we look at the Tiger one, starting with the advancement-focused one, you'll see we've got a column that's recommended and a column which is called optional replacement. What that means is that when we're talking advancement and you get down to a ranger hike, the ranger bead hike will help to complete requirements toward the Tigers in the Wild advancement adventure. If they do the ranger hike and I think things with wings, that will, between the two of them, should check off all the requirements for Tigers in the Wild. But the hiking requirement is just the hiking piece. It's just going on a hike with your group, and like one other thing about safe hiking, which we always cover during our hikes. So if they go on the first aid hike instead, they're still going to cover the necessary requirement for the Tigers in the Wild. As you flip through here, you'll notice that in some cases, Things with Wings is the one that's available for a rank advancement requirement, and it will meet not only the rank advancement, but also part of the STEM NOVA piece. On one, I think it's the Wolves. Yep, if you turn the page to the Wolf, advancement-focused recommended schedule, you will see third down, Things with Wings. And next to it, it says Omaha Zoo as an optional replacement. Warning, the Omaha Zoo is not an optional replacement for every rank. So if some of them, for the advancement-focused one, has Things with Wings and doesn't list the zoo, that's because in the curriculum that what the zoo is providing will not meet the necessary requirement. But our Things with Wing program that's going to be out here every single session will. So just be aware that when there's an optional replacement, it may not work for every rank if you're the super rank-focused type person. So you'll notice that rank focused on every single one of these is going to include certain programs. You're almost always going to see Things with Wings. You're almost always going to see rocketry. In fact, you'll always see rocketry. And then you'll also see archery. By completing those three, that's going to really knock out your STEM NOVA awards. Those are your three STEM NOVA related things that is where a lot of her swing stuff is being integrated. Now, in all of these cases, archery can also be subbed out for frisbee golf or the overall games piece because it's the completion of that belt loop that actually completes that requirement. Archery has some other aspects about rocket launching that we recommend it highly. Plus, it's archery, so it's awesome. But there is some flexibility there as well. I state in the program guide, and Amanda brought this up again, If you do activities from at least 3 of the different areas, and when we talk areas, we talk about kind of 5 of them: climbing, aquatics, climbing twice, climbing, aquatics, shooting, the nature programs, and our STEM aviation. Those are kind of our 5 areas. If you get at least 1 activity from 3 out of the 5, you're walking away with a STEM Nova Award, whether you like it or not. And as I said before, in the box that's on every one of these pages, you will see the name of the actual adventure that you should be able to count on completing. These are only the only adventures that we're going to show you. Hey, look, you're going to complete this. There's tons of other advancement that'll be completed by coming to camp. Tons of it. Just watch for it. And we'll hand out advancement guides to every adult so that they kind of know what to be on the lookout for. But the tracking and advancement stuff really falls on the leaders, because we are too busy, hopefully, providing awesome experiences to also be checking things off of guys' books. You guys need to be really focused on what they're completing as a result of coming to camp. So, what we will provide at check-in, you'll get a patch and a wristband, and that's kind of the check-in stuff. And then we will provide belt loops at the station, literally hand them out. And those are going to be the old 2014 belt loops. And we will offer to pretty much everybody, and I think we'll either hand these out and check out, or in some big ceremony on the second night's campfire, the STEM Nova patches. Because our expectation is that every single kid is going to qualify for that just by showing up to camp and doing stuff. We're gonna hope that every kid is engaged in the activities, because they kind of have to be engaged to qualify. But you can come to me and tell me if little Johnny didn't know that. But those are the things we'll hand out. And then in our trading post here, we'll have all the rest of it for regular Scout Shop retail price.
Good.
Facility-wise, we've done a lot out here in the 5 years that I've been out here. It's just amazing. As I think back, as the first day I drove through there, and Denny was giving me my 2 weeks training period out here, getting used to the place, that I look at it now today, and what has been accomplished out here is just remarkable. And that's all because of you folks coming out and doing it with me. I can't do all of this by myself. And what we've done in just the last year, when we decided to bring these Cub camps out here exclusively, the lakefront has been improved 100% from what it used to be. It used to be that the only people that would swim in that lake were the LDS girls. I couldn't get a scout to go in the lake because of the moss and stuff. The girls went out there and had moss wars. They had a ball. Since they put the new floating swimming docks in out there, the moss has disappeared in our swimming area. We have very little moss floating around because it catches it all from the outside. Great planning. Great planning. It was no fluke. He did this overnight and thought about it for years. Years he did this.
30 years of preparation for that moment. I don't know.
And then we had Dan Elmer go pick him up for us, so we saved a lot of money bringing him down here. The lakefront, I don't think we can improve too much more on that. The climbing wall is another one of our great assets that we've redeveloped out here. We rebuilt the entire obstacle course, and it is quite a challenge, believe me. But it's going to be fantastic once that gets done. That is in our project to be done prior to this camp season. The platform and everything completely done. They're going to be out here working on it probably within the next month. My main job out here is safety. I take that very, very seriously. Once you get into camp the first day, you'll park your cars over here and they will not move. You'll walk everywhere in camp that you need to go. It's a safety factor for these little guys. They get out here in the grass and stuff, and all of a sudden, they're not expecting traffic to be coming down this road. They'll dart right out in front of you. The only traffic that will be out will be our emergency vehicles or my tractor or pickups at that time. I'm very proud to say that in the last 2 years we've done Cub camps out here. We've had no major injuries. So there's always stuff going on out here. We're always developing this camp. We've got 1,700 acres of the most prime camping area out here. Like I said, I've been out here 5 years and I haven't seen every acre yet. I've seen pretty much all of them, but not all of them. We have over 20 miles of marked trails that you can hike on. Every trail has its own color code. There's a brown trail, a blue, no, blah, blah, blah. If you look right out front here, you'll see a round patch with footprints going around that. That is our little Sioux Trail map. So when your boys come out here, if they want to buy the round trail patch, and then as they go on the blue and gold trail, they can purchase a blue and gold footprint to put on that patch on their blanket. And as they do all the trails, they'll get all of the footprints around there.